Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Sam from the Beauty Unit Reseller, and I am a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark. And today I am back with another What Sold video for the week. In these videos I go over what sold, what the sale price was, what the cost of goods were, and any fees, so that I can also report on net profit before tax for those items, and you can see what might be a good BOLO or maybe what to avoid. And so starting off, the first item is actually a trade. And this is not something I've done before, but I did buy quite a few items in the attempts to trade for an item. And those are specifically Taylor Swift merchandise items. I have been wanting a signed Lover booklet for such a long time, and most of the people who are in possession of one will only let go of it if they have items to kind of replace it rather than money. They were able to pick it up at a great price from the website, but it sold out so quickly, so I didn't get my hands on it. And so I started purchasing things that I thought would be good to trade for a Lover booklet, and I actually ended up buying one. So now I have an abundance of items that I can trade or sell, and so I am hoping that they'll sell on eBay or Poshmark, but I also am open to trading some items, which is a good tip if you want to kind of work more in the kind of collectible space. That might be a good option to get some higher value merchandise if you already have some that you can trade. So that's an option. And so I did trade a cardigan ornament, which is one that I purchased for $20, and traded it for a bracelet, which originally retailed for a bit more. I believe it was retailed at $48. So I am receiving an item that is a higher original price than what I paid. So that's a great way to kind of source some more valuable merchandise if you have something that's maybe a little bit more sought after or that kind of sold out quickly. And so really what's all in there, I paid the $20 for the ornament from the website, and then I paid $3.99 in shipping, and then also I backed the trade through PayPal, which is another topic that I can go over in a video, but essentially paid $1.94 in fees to PayPal to back that trade, so that if I don't end up receiving the item, I can go back and ask for a return of my money. So that is the first item. I am just going to keep it for myself, but it is an option if you want to kind of source to resell, that you can get some higher quality merchandise maybe by trading rather than paying for it. The next item that sold was actually a really funny one. It was something that I picked up for free at a yard sale. It was this little barrel, and I believe it was just decorative, but you could put things in it. It would be good if you had like a gift, or if you had a wine theme party and you wanted to give a gift in there. It sold for $9.99, and the buyer paid $16.10 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0, and with shipping and fees it was $16.34. So I profited $9.75, and it took 281 days to sell. I won't be looking for any more of these. It was something that I picked up right when I first started selling on eBay, and I'm glad that it sold and that I cleared out that space in my inventory, but yeah, it's not an item that I would ever probably source or even pick up for free again. Next is an item that I sourced from doing a little bit of Poshmark arbitrage, and it is a Victoria's Secret gold label silk camisole with lace trim. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I ended up sending an offer on eBay for $29.99, and the buyer paid $4 in shipping. The cost of goods was $6.22, and with shipping and fees it was $8.35. So my total profit was $19.42, and it took 27 days to sell. Next is an item that I picked up from eBay arbitrage, and it is this Theory leather jacket, and it was really unique. I wish it was in my size. I definitely would have kept it, but it was a smaller size. A buyer had sent an offer on Poshmark for $75 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $24.99, which I thought was really fair for the quality of this jacket. And with shipping and fees, it was $22.67. So my total profit was $35.01. And it took 41 days to sell. I was hoping to get a little bit more for that just because it was such a unique, high quality jacket. But I also don't want to hold on to things right now. My sales have been pretty slow, so I am more open to offers that buyers are making. The next item that sold was a really good sale. As you are watching this, I have a new camera that I bought, and so I decided to put my old camera up on eBay to kind of make back some of the money that I spent on this camera. It is the Canon Rebel T3i, which is a camera that's done me really well. I'm sure I didn't pick it up for full price at the time. I think I had a coupon from Best Buy, so it doesn't have autofocus, so when I'm trying to film videos, it's really difficult. I have to make sure that I'm in focus and then not move. So for doing hauls, it was not ideal, but a buyer did send an offer. I had listed it a little bit higher because I did think that I would receive an offer. So I had it listed for $300, and a buyer had come in at $250, I believe, and then I had countered for $275, and they accepted that offer, and then they also paid $12.39 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0 because it was a personal use item, and I purchased it far too long ago to be able to count it within my cost of goods. And with shipping and fees, it was $49.02. I did spend a little bit extra to get the additional insurance through UPS. And so my total profit was $238.37, which I think is really fair. I think that was about half of what I spent on the camera originally, so I got to use it for maybe 6 or 7 years and then sell it for that price, which is great. So if you're ever looking and see Canon, Nikon, Sony, those are really good brands. Minolta, definitely look at comps, but I do think those are pretty sure brands to pick up if you can find them for a lower cost of goods. Definitely BOLO items. That only took 7 days to sell once I had it listed. This camera is also a little bit more compact. It is a mirrorless Canon. So I also put up my vlogging camera as well, which was the Canon PowerShot, and that sold full price for $119.99, and the buyer paid $12.65 in shipping. The cost of goods again was $0 because it was my personal camera, and with shipping and fees it was $27.20. So my total profit on the vlogging camera was $105.44, which again is really impressive for a camera that I've had for probably 5 or 6 years and then resold. And this one also sold within 7 days of listing. A fun BOLO item, I sold a Belvest suit jacket, and when I had come across this in kind of a local bins type of situation, I have never sold men's suit wear before, but it just felt like really great quality. It was 100% wool, and when I looked up comps, I saw that Belvest was a really high selling resale price. So I did end up picking it up, and it sold. A buyer made an offer for $50, which was actually far less than what I had it listed for. I believe I had it listed for $125, I want to say, but it's been kind of sitting for a little bit, so I didn't mind accepting a sale. They paid $50 with free shipping, and the cost of goods was only 25 cents, which was awesome. With shipping and fees, it was $19.62, so my total profit was $30.13, which I'm okay with. That's a good profit for an item that I only paid 25 cents for. And it did take 139 days to sell, so it's not a very fast selling brand, but if you are able to find both the jacket and the pants, I do think that you'll be able to sell them much more quickly than I was with just the suit jacket. So definitely a BOLO brand, but I would recommend looking for the suit set. Next was an item that I actually took a loss on, and I kind of cheated in my spreadsheet and adjusted the cost of goods to another item that I purchased in the same buy so that it wouldn't be a loss. It is this Free People leather skirt, and I had picked this up from eBay as an eBay arbitrage haul, and I had paid $9 for it. My hope was to have it listed for $40 on Poshmark and maybe accept an offer around $30 to $35. But I realized after the return window was up that there was a little bit of damage to the skirt. So I had it listed for, I think, $17 rather than $40. And a buyer had made an offer for $13, which I did accept just because with the damage, I did think that it would take a little bit longer for this to sell, and I don't want it sitting in my inventory. And they paid $7.67 in shipping. Again, the cost of goods was $9, which would have been fine if there wasn't damage, but with there being a little bit of a kind of scuff in the leather, it's definitely not worth $9. And then with shipping and fees, it was $10.62. So after I had kind of fudged the numbers in my spreadsheet, I did make $1.05, but if I had put in the original cost of goods, so with it being $9, I believe it was like $13, I want to say, I did end up losing money on this, but I had moved it over to another item that sold and kind of lessened the profit that I made on that item. So that's just a me thing. It doesn't really make a difference in my profit, but it just helps me when I go through and look at the end of the year at what types of things that weren't great sales. I don't want to discount Free People or this type of item just because of a loss. I would have seen a good profit if it was in a good condition. That one took 39 days to sell. Next up we have a Lilly Pulitzer Bryn dress, and a buyer had made an offer for $55 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was a little bit higher. I picked this up from my local Style Encore for $29, and with shipping and fees it was $18.67, and so my profit was only $15, which again I was hoping for a little bit more, but I am accepting more offers just because sales have been really slow the last couple months, and that took 35 days to sell. My goal is to start sourcing at a lower price. Again, I used to only kind of source from thrift stores and resale types of places, and I have been trying to increase the level of brands within my Poshmark closet, so I have been paying up quite a bit more than I was before in order to get brands like Sezane and Lilly Pulitzer and some of the more expensive dresses. And having the higher cost of goods has really made a huge dent in my profits overall. So what I need to kind of hone in on is if I'm going to spend more on an item, I don't mind taking less than 50%. It's just that I want to make sure that it is a fast flip. And since I am starting to learn more about these brands, not everything I have picked up has been a fast flip. So my cost of goods has been pretty high and my sales have not been as good as I need them to be. So I am kind of working on that and shifting my priorities to focus more on sourcing lower cost of goods, anything from a thrift store and those types of prices, and move a little bit away from the online arbitrage just for the time being while I kind of recoup whatever I can from the items I have purchased and kind of still keep inventory getting listed on my stores. Speaking of Sezane, I sold I don't know if it's ghillie or jilly dress, and again a buyer had made an offer for $100 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $50.45 from the RealReal, and with shipping and fees it was $27.67. So the total profit on this was $29.55, and it took 31 days to sell. Kind of a random one, I sold a City Sport skate strap. You strap it around the blades of your ice skates just so that you can kind of sling them over your shoulder. And this actually came with a pair of children's rollerblades that I had purchased from a yard sale. And I ended up having to throw those away because they had pretty substantial damage to the inside of the rollerblade, which I couldn't see when I was at the yard sale. But just to salvage what I could, I kept the strap that went along with it. And that sold for $7.99 on eBay, and the buyer paid $4 in shipping. The cost of goods was 0 in my spreadsheet, so I must not have pulled over the cost of goods from the skate. I think I just called that a loss. And then with shipping and fees, it was $5.33, so my total profit was $6.66, which is pretty good for a strap that took up basically no room in my inventory, and it took 186 days to sell. The next sale was a bundle on Poshmark of a Gap skirt that I had picked up at the same time that I had picked up the Belvest suit jacket, a Banana Republic dress that was actually from my personal closet, and then a Cupcakes and Cashmere top. And that was one that I had picked up from the TJ Maxx Yellow Tag clearance event. And together those sold for $80 with $4.99 in shipping. And the cost of goods between the 3 items was $6.75, and with shipping and fees it was $23.67. So my total profit was $54.57. And since they were all purchased at different times, I don't have a kind of days sold, but the skirt was around the same amount of time as the suit jacket, so over 100 days. The yellow tag clearance event was in the beginning to mid of January. And then also the Banana Republic dress I think I've had listed for about a couple months. The next item was an item that my friend had given to me as she moved across the country and had a bunch of stuff she didn't want to bring with her, so she just handed it over to me to sell. And it was a Toad & Co dress, a shirt dress, and I had received a buyer offer on eBay for $10, and I decided to accept just so that I'm not holding on to inventory. And they also paid $5 in shipping. Cost of goods was 0. Shipping and fees was $6.23, so my total profit was $8.77, and it took 64 days to sell. I was really happy with my next sale because it was an item that was sent to me by mistake. When I had purchased a whole bunch of items from Lilly Pulitzer during their kind of end of season sale, one item that was included was this Lilly X Merrill UPF 50 kind of long sleeve shirt, and it was a size extra large. I decided to keep it because they also missed a couple items from my purchase, so I didn't think it was wrong of me to keep it. This sold for $84, and the buyer paid $5 in shipping. The cost of goods was 0, and with shipping and fees it was $17.55. So my total profit was $71.45, and it took 65 days since I received the item, but only 5 days since I've actually listed it. It was in my death pile for quite a while, so as I say in pretty much every video that I've done, tackle your death pile. Don't let that profit just sit around. And so I would say that the UPF material from Lilly Pulitzer is a BOLO item. I love sourcing Lilly Pulitzer, but that's also kind of another step to take in the items, is that what to me just looked like a long sleeve shirt, to a buyer it is more valuable because it does have that sun protection, and especially as people start going on vacation and the weather starts to warm up, I know that that is something that people are looking for. Next item is also Lilly Pulitzer. It is this like gorgeous blue and gold dress, and this got a lot of attention, and I think a lot of it was because the stock photos were so gorgeous. They had like a jungle background, and my Posher VA had sent out an offer for $99 with $5.95 in shipping. The cost of goods was $29 also from that Style Encore buy, and with shipping and fees it was $27.47. So my total profit was $48.48, and it took 31 days to sell. Next is a French Connection blazer with a collaboration with Adisa Ray. This is not someone I'm familiar with, but I do think that it's kind of like an influencer partnership, and a buyer had offered $50 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods, this was from my eBay arbitrage haul, was $16.49. The cost of shipping and fees was $17.67. So my total profit was $23.51, and it took 36 days to sell. One of my favorite BOLO brands, Reformation. I sold the Canon style dress, which is a pretty linen dress. This was a style along with a lot of their mini dresses that don't sell for quite as high as some of their midi and maxi length dresses, but I was able to pick it up at a pretty fair price from The RealReal. A buyer had offered $85 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $48, and with shipping and fees it was $24.67. So my profit was $20, which again was a little lower than I was hoping for. And again, I'm just accepting offers to kind of cut back on my costs and add a little bit of profit. But this took 47 days to sell. The last item is also Lilly Pulitzer. It was a really pretty pair of white shorts. Now that the vacation / spring and summer weather is kicking in, a buyer had offered $35 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods on this was a little too high. I paid up too much. So if you're able to find these shorts, I would definitely grab them, but I would probably stick for a cost of goods of $15 or lower. I paid $23, and with shipping and fees it was $14.67. So my total profit was only $5, but again, I am just accepting buyers' offers to keep sales flowing in. I am not being quite as picky as I would normally, and these took 30 days to sell. Leave a comment below. Let me know what your sales have been like. Have you been accepting offers recently? I would love to know. And if you're new to this channel, I would love it if you could subscribe. I am trying to grow this channel, and I had set a goal of 300 subscribers for the end of March. I don't think I'm gonna hit that, but if you could try and get me that goal, I would really appreciate it. And also give this video a like. Let me know to continue with the what sold videos. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.